applying the techniques to the biological or the living cells or the natural organisms to derive products from them that will be useful to human mankind. It is a technique of changing the phenotype of organism by altering its genetic material, either DNA or RNA. Salmonella typhimurium is used as a vector, as a plasmid, whereas E. coli is used as a host cell. Hello everyone, welcome back to a very interesting chapter of your second PU syllabus, that is Biotechnology Principles and Processes. Session 1 of this chapter 11 called Biotechnology Principles and Processes. Myself, B. Shobharani from the Department of Biology, Vidyashram Pre-University College, the Temple of Excellence. I think all of us know now the science and technology has improved to a greater extent, and so at the same time the products have been developed for the benefit of human mankind. Gone are those days where we had a concept that we need to sow a seed to get a plant, but now with the improvement in science and technology, particularly biotechnology, we are able to grow a plant taking cell from any part of the plant body and growing it into a new plant, and that is what we call it as tissue culture, which is applied in the field of biotechnology. So imagine the benefits that we are deriving from the improved technology in science, particularly in the field of biotechnology. So this is such a very interesting chapter which you will get to know what are the benefits that the human beings are deriving from this very useful concept called biotechnology. Now let us understand, the very word itself will tell you biotechnology. What do you mean by bio-living technology? Applying the techniques to the biological or the living cells or the natural organisms to derive products from them that will be useful to human mankind. So now let us understand the definition of this word called biotechnology and how this very important concept called biotechnology came into existence. So what is biotechnology? So it is a technology in which microorganisms, it might be microorganisms or it might be a cell or a tissue and organs of desired plants and animals are employed to produce desired products for the welfare of mankind. See how beautifully the word biotechnology is defined. What is the correct definition of biotechnology? It is a technology in which microorganisms, either you can take the microorganisms or the isolated cells or the tissues and organs of the desired plants and animals and are employed to produce desired products for the welfare of mankind. So here you can see, you can grow a plant. So here we can grow a plant in a lab. So you can grow a plant in a lab and put it on the land. So we can call it as lab land. So growing a plant in a lab and putting it on the soil is something very new technology. So we had a very old concept is what we need to sow a seed to get a plant. But here you can grow a plant in a lab, then put it on the land for further growth. So that is what is technology or biotechnology. And the term biotechnology was coined by Carl Erecki, who was the scientist who coined this word called biotechnology. It was Carl Erecki. And what is the other definition according to EFB? That is European Federation of Biotechnology. So according to them, what is the definition of biotechnology? According to EFB, which is what do you mean by EFB? Expand EFB. That is Federation of Biotechnology. Biotechnology is the integration of natural science and organisms, cells, are parts thereof and molecular analogues for products and services. See, either you can define biotechnology like that, or you can define according to EFB. So what is the simple definition of biotechnology? It is technology in which microorganisms or even the isolated cells, tissues, and organs of desired plants and animals are employed to produce desired products for the welfare of mankind. And who was the scientist who coined the term called biotechnology? It was Carl Erecki. So according to EFB, that is European Federation of Biotechnology, biotechnology is defined as the integration of natural science and organisms, cells, parts thereof, and molecular analogues for products and services. Now, what are the uses of biotechnology? As I said, we are deriving a good number of benefits or products from the technology what is applied to the biological organism. So that is called biotechnology. So what are the uses of biotechnology? Here you can see in this beautiful picture with the biotechnological processes, what are the benefits or what are the products we are deriving. So in the field of microbiology, in the quality control, biochemistry, pharmaceutical companies. So now we are coming up, for example, at this point of time where we all are facing the coronavirus pandemic, we are waiting for a vaccine to be developed against this coronavirus. So that is what technology is applied to produce a drug or a medicine against this coronavirus, that is through pharmaceutical companies, that is the drug manufacturers or the medicine manufacturers. Then animal science, see, we can produce the animals of our desired animals of desired genes. Like for example, like we have this transgenic animals, transgenic plant, genetically modified organisms, may it be a plant or an animal. Then environmental science, I think we are applying this process of biotechnology to protect and conserve the environment in various aspects. Then in medical science, yes, of course, now even a woman, if she wants to conceive and to have a baby, she can plan her child. So in what way her baby should be, whether it should have a blue eyes or a curly hair or a straight hair. So that is what is technology now. So you can manipulate the genes, you can alter the gene structure of your desire. That is what is being applied in the field of medical science. Then even in the clinical research. So now the technology have been advanced. For example, like for the coronavirus testing. So they have come out with lots and lots of higher technologies to identify the virus. So that is what is, we call it as clinical technology. Then pathology, either to identify the diseases of the plants or the animals. May it be plant pathology or may it be animal pathology. Also, the technology, the biotechnology concepts have been applied. Then in toxicology, so even in avoiding the toxic substance, so what are the methodologies that are implemented to overcome this toxic substances, maybe in the plants and the animals. So the technology, that is what is applied here. Then in forensic science, yes, of course, I think all of us know, we have come across what we call it as DNA test. So whenever there is a disputed parentage or maybe the murder has taken place in a particular place, so to identify the culprit, so the DNA test is very, very important. So even it has come to the rescue of the people who are a victim, maybe a rape victim or even a murder victim. So definitely the forensic department is applying the modern techniques to come out with a suitable solution. So in forensic science and biostatistics. So all these are the different fields where we apply this concept of biotechnology. So it is having a good number of benefits or uses for human mankind or for the welfare of human mankind. So as I said, biotechnology is used to make the products like curd, bread, wine, etc. I think all of us know in good old days, wine and beer was being done in a very crude method where they used to dump the grapes in a barrel and put it in the underground. Like, they used to make deeper pits and then put the barrels there. So that was all the crude method of making wine and beer, etc. But now with the advancement in the field of biotechnology, now the technology has so improved so much that all those crude methods need not be applied for the production of certain products, may it be the wine, beer, and even the curd and even milk and the milk products also. Then it is used to develop a test tube plant. As I said, even you can produce a plant in a test tube by the process of biotechnology by using what? In vitro fertilization. Then it is used to synthesize a gene and used to replace the defective gene. See, now that is what is technology now. For example, if a person is having a diseased pancreas, so his pancreas is not working, so they take the gene from a healthy person and introduce it into the diseased person, so that the diseased person pancreas will start working. So that is what we call it as gene therapy. So by altering the gene structure also, we can do the rectifications, or we can also solve the defects. Then it is used to develop a DNA vaccine to correct a defective gene. So there are good number of uses of biotechnology, like we have biotechnology used in the field of pharmaceutical companies, microbiology department, animal science, environmental science, medical science, clinical research, pathology, toxicology, forensic science, biostatistics, then biochemistry and quality control. So biotechnology is used to make the products like the curd, bread, wine, etc. It is used to develop a test tube plant by using in vitro fertilization and even a test tube animal also. Then it is used to synthesize a gene and used to replace the defective gene, and it is used to develop DNA vaccine to correct a defective gene. So what are the two core techniques of biotechnology? Two very important core techniques is genetic engineering and maintenance of sterile environment. Very, very important. So allow only the desired genes to grow or the microbes to go and avoid the unnecessary genes and the microbes. So that is what maintenance of sterile. Sterile means aseptic conditions. Aseptic conditions. Aseptic conditions. So what are the two very important techniques of biotechnology? One is genetic engineering. What is genetic engineering? It is nothing but manipulation of genes. Alteration of gene structure is called. So you can play with the genes. You can alter the gene structure in whatever manner we want to produce a desired gene. That is what has been done in genetic engineering. And maintenance of sterile environment. So this is how we are benefited by the biotechnology. Then let us move on to genetic engineering. See, here you can see the beautiful picture of a DNA molecule. So what is it? You can alter the base sequence of a DNA. Base pair sequence of a DNA. DNA structure. What is genetic engineering? It is the technique of changing the phenotype of organism by altering its genetic material, DNA or RNA. Or it is a technique used to alter the chemistry of genetic material, that is DNA and RNA, to introduce these into the host organism and thus change the phenotype of host organism. That is what is technology now. How much science and technology is advanced means to the core it has advanced. And at the same time, these benefits of the technology should be used for a better purpose, but not for exploitation, right? For example, like we have come across, this technology is applied, like as I said, a woman, before she conceives, before she becomes pregnant, she can plan her child, like how she wants her baby to be, whether she wants her baby with a fair skin or a normal skin or blue eyes or brown eyes or curly hair, straight nose. So that is what is technology. She can, like, you can change the gene structure of your desire. That is what is called as genetic engineering. You can alter. What is manipulation? You can play with the genes. That is what is called genetic engineering. That is, it is a technique of changing the phenotype of organism by altering its genetic material, either DNA or RNA. So it is a technique used to alter the chemistry of genetic material to introduce these into the host organism and thus change the phenotype of host organism. Then the next is what? Very important is what? Maintenance of sterile environment, microbial contamination free. So we should see that. I think, for example, like we go for tissue culture, the nutrient medium that is taken to grow the microorganisms there should be free of contamination or free, or it should be, and all the processes that are done should be done in aseptic conditions. Aseptic conditions, or we use the word called sterile conditions. Aseptic conditions or sterile conditions. So it is the ambient chemical engineering processes used to enable growth of only the desired microbe eukaryotic cell in large quantities. So what is this maintenance of sterile environment? It is the ambient environment. It's a very good chemical engineering process used to enable growth of only the desired genes, microbe, eukaryotic cell in large quantity, not the unwanted one, unwanted microorganisms. And can you see the beautiful picture of these two scientists? They are Herbert Boyer and Stanley Cohen, who have discovered a very, very important technology in biotechnology called recombinant DNA technology, or short form it is called rDNA. R stands for what? Recombinant DNA technology. So first very important thing is genetic engineering. Second one is maintenance of sterile environment. So what is this? It is the ambient chemical engineering processes used to enable growth of only the desired genes. So whichever microbe you want, you are growing that only in that nutrient mediums, not the unwanted one, or even the eukaryotic cell in large quantities. So Herbert Boyer and Stanley Cohen have discovered the recombinant DNA technology, that is rDNA technology, which has wide applications and it is of more benefit to human mankind. So these two greats, the credit should go to these two great scientists who have come out with recombinant DNA technology. Then Salmonella typhimurium and Escherichia coli bacteria were discovered by Herbert Boyer and Stanley Cohen. So you can see in this beautiful picture Salmonella typhimurium and E. coli, which is a very common bacteria called E. coli bacteria, are discovered by Herbert Boyer and Stanley Cohen. So Salmonella typhimurium bacteria is used to provide plasmids. So when we use the word called plasmids, it is called circular DNA. Circular DNA of bacteria. Circular DNA of bacteria is called plasmid, which is used as a vector, right? Which is used, acts as a vector. So E. coli bacteria is used as host cell for introducing the recombinant DNA. So here Salmonella typhimurium is used as a vector, as a plasmid, whereas E. coli is used as a host cell for introducing the recombinant DNA. So the techniques of genetic engineering include creation of recombinant DNA, second one uses of gene cloning, and third one gene transfer. So Salmonella typhimurium and E. coli bacteria were discovered by Herbert Boyer and Stanley Cohen. So Salmonella typhimurium bacteria is used to provide plasmids, which act as vectors. E. coli bacteria is used as host cell for introducing the recombinant DNA. So what are the three very important techniques that are applied in genetic engineering? What is genetic engineering? As I already said, it is manipulation of genes. Manipulation of genes. So one is what? Creation of recombinant DNA. Second one is use of gene cloning. And third one is gene transfer. So what is recombinant DNA? As I said, creation of recombinant DNA. I said this is the first very important technique in genetic engineering. So what is creation of recombinant DNA? It is the hybrid DNA, mixed DNA produced by linking foreign DNA into the plasmid DNA. So what is recombinant DNA? It is the hybrid DNA, mixed DNA we can call it as, produced by linking what? Foreign DNA into the plasmid DNA. Foreign DNA means that is the E. coli bacteria, which is used as a host cell, is called as the recombinant DNA. So it is a hybrid DNA produced by linking foreign DNA into the plasmid DNA. So what are the very important techniques of genetic engineering? Creation of recombinant DNA, use of gene cloning, and gene transfer. So what is recombinant DNA? It is the hybrid DNA produced by linking foreign DNA into the plasmid DNA. What are the basic steps involved in recombinant DNA technology? See here, you can see in this beautiful picture. So the basic steps involved in recombinant DNA technology. First is identification of DNA with desirable genes. So what are the basic steps involved in recombinant DNA technology? Identification of DNA with desirable genes. This is a very toughest job, we can say. Identifying the desirable genes is the first very important steps in recombinant DNA. Next, introducing the identified DNA of your desire into the host cell. Then maintenance of introduced DNA in the host and transfer of DNA to its progeny. So what are these are very important points which is asked in the examination. So the basic steps involved in recombinant DNA technology is what? Identification of DNA with desirable genes, introducing the identified DNA into the host cell, maintenance of introduced DNA in the host and transfer of DNA to its progeny. Now let us understand one more word called origin of replication, or we also use the word called ORI. So it is a specific DNA sequence in chromosome responsible for initiating replication. So let us understand, as I said, some terms. Cloning. Right, cloning, origin of replication, that is, it is a specific DNA sequence in chromosome responsible for initiating replication. What is gene cloning? Cloning means what? Making an exact copy like the original gene. So it is the process of making multiple identical copies of template DNA. What do you mean by template DNA? Original DNA. Just like how we take a Xerox copy. When we go for a Xerox, we get the same exact copy of the original one. So in a similar way, you can take even multiple copies also, no? So in a similar way, what is gene cloning? It is the process of making multiple identical copies of the template strand, that is called the original DNA. So what are the basic steps involved in recombinant DNA technology? See here, you can see. First step, isolate gene of interest. Then insert gene of interest into plasmid, cut DNA of both gene of interest and plasmid DNA with the same enzyme, mix the DNAs, add ligase and join DNA pieces by base pairing recombinant DNA plasmid, transform recombinant plasmid into E. coli. So here we can see the bacterial cell expand the positive clones to exponentially, then you can isolate the DNA. So it is identification of DNA with desirable genes, introducing the identified DNA into the host cell, maintenance of introduced DNA in the host and transfer of DNA to its progeny. Then what is ORI? Origin of replication. It is a specific DNA sequence in chromosome responsible for initiating replication. Gene cloning, it is a process of making multiple copies of the template DNA, that is the original DNA. Hope you have understood the first very important concepts of this interesting chapter called Biotechnology Principles and Processes. So what am I going to deal in the coming session? Continuing about the same remaining concepts of this chapter, we are going to study about plasmids. Then we are going to study about a very important enzymes called restriction enzymes. So I'll be back in the coming session with some more interesting concepts of this chapter. Till then, goodbye and thank you.